Ladies and gentlemen, this is Mickey Clayton, the coach, with another episode of the Claflin Athletic Show. Ladies and gentlemen, I don't think you know just how special this episode is. I call her Queen Matisse. We have been trying to get her show on. I think we actually could have got Don Staley on easier than we could have got Matisse Lee. But without further ado, and in much appreciation to have her, here's Matisse Lee.
Hello, Mickey. Hello. It is so good to be in the front of the camera once again.
Oh, that's such a great introduction. Y'all don't know how long I've been trying to get the queen on. That's why I call her the queen, because it's so hard to get her. Oh, my goodness. Welcome to the show again. You were a very popular individual when we had you on last time.
Oh, really? So the people like me?
Yeah, it seems like that.
Okay.
You got a lot of views that came and watched you. And I said, oh, Matisse is doing it, y'all.
I like that.
Oh, ladies and gentlemen, she has the longest title in athletic history.
Absolutely.
She's the Senior Associate Athletic Director of Internal Operations and Student Athlete Affairs. And I probably missed some of that. And she's a Senior Women Administrator. So I know I missed some of that.
And I teach a class.
And teach a class.
Mm-hmm. And I'm currently helping out with the softball team a little bit.
See? Well, you were also the head women's softball coach. So your expertise is probably very needed at any level on anybody's softball team. Just your level of experience in doing it and successfully doing it.
Absolutely.
How do you get a chance to wear all these hats and still be as functional and supportive as you are with the students? Because the students absolutely adore you. So I've seen that myself. So I'm not telling y'all anything I read anywhere. I'm telling you what I've seen firsthand.
Yeah, it's tough. I like to tell people that I'm definitely driven by a greater purpose. I was raised by some strong Black women. And sometimes I don't think we realize what those women had to go through and everything that they were doing on the back end. We just saw, how smoothly they could work every day and get things done. And so sometimes that's how it is. I just told the basketball coaches this morning, some days I don't know how it gets done, but every day it seems to get done. And so I give this organization, this institution, my student athletes, I give them everything I have to offer. And sometimes that leaves me with very little left in the tank. But I'm fortunate enough to have my daughter. My institution allows my daughter to be a part of my work life. So she gets to travel with me some. Sometimes she gets to be here at games, be involved with the students. The students treat her like a little sister. And so it all works all together. So while I'm helping them, they're also helping me. And sometimes I just figure out a way to just get it done. But I am happy that we're nearing the end of the school year, so I'll get a little break, a little time to vacation this summer.
I think that's a great response, but I think, ladies and gentlemen, I think one of the things that it illustrates, and she does not give enough credit to, she's a product of Claflin. So her ability to do all of the things she does has a lot to do with her family and teaching her things growing up and being in an educational institution that helped prepare her for these roles that she's done. And she is a complete product of Claflin University.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
And see, it doesn't even have anything to do with helping to navigate the university, because she knows how to do that. But the caring that you receive growing up in the institution that you graduated from has helped teach you how to give back to others. And I say all the time, Claflin They don't talk the talk. They walk the walk. They really do
Yeah.
treat everybody like his family. Can you
Yeah.
expound a little bit on that a little bit for us?
Yeah, it's definitely a family oriented environment. And it is a little easier for me. I like to tell people I probably hold the cheat codes. The same person that was the vice president of student affairs when I was in school, he's still here. And so he works and has taught me a lot of different things. The way the system works, there's a few of us on staff, Mr. Bonaparte, Coach T, that have been here. You know, we've been student athletes. We've navigated through the system, so we understand the ins and outs. And it's easier for us to bring others that are new along with us. But everybody has a Southern hospitality here. And I think everybody's here for the same common goal. Like, our goal is to not let this place be like it was yesterday. We don't want it to be like what it was when we graduated or when we were in school. So every day I'm challenging my boss, Mr. O'Neill, like, hey, we got to do this, or hey, we got to do this. And I've already written up a plan of how we can get it done. And so just challenging him to, you know, think differently, because sometimes, you know, older administration, they want it done this way, and I'm like, hey, but we could do it more effectively if we do this, and then we might be able to do this, you know, as well. And so he's like, that's a great idea. So he gives me that flexibility, and I think that's around campus as a whole. You know, we develop relationships with the registrar, with admissions, with honors college, with financial aid, with all the different departments. I just came out of a meeting not too long ago with student engagement and how we can partner and how we can do more together. So I think the family, close knit environment, and people, I think people also respect the fact that I've been here for so long. I know the ins and outs. And so they figure out a way to put me on their team to help out with different projects. And I mean, we just go from there. So it's a blessing to still be around and to still be able to do what we do on a daily basis here.
Well, see, only the queen could call EO old and get away with it, because I wasn't going to let that go if she talked about
I'm not saying he's old. I said older.
yeah, the older administration. T.O., you heard it right. Okay, I'm just going to leave it like that.
No, not old, just older, you know. So we have the same goal. We're trying to go the same exact place. I'm just probably, he will probably tell you, Matisse is probably trying to go 30 to 40 miles per hour faster than I want to get there. And so I'm looking at a way like, hey, we can get there quicker if we get in this Tesla, you know. And so I'm trying to come up with new and innovative ways to get us there while also still keeping our student athletes engaged.
Well, it's that energy that you bring to the program, which has been so critical to the overall development. As I remember, you were the one who brought up the idea for the soiree for the Pause Up Golf Classic. So
Absolutely. And
talk
we're getting
about
ready for our next one. The next one is getting ready to come up. We had a planning meeting yesterday, man. I'm excited. More changes, upgrades. Hey, they better get on it.
we have a date for that tournament. I mean, for that golf classic yet?
We do. It's going to be July 18th and 19th with the soiree on that 18th, which will be that Thursday. The golf tournament will be on that 19th. And hey, if you don't golf, that's fine. You can still provide a sponsorship, get one of our sponsorship packages for your company, your organization, or for yourself, or meet us at the celebrity soiree. It is going to be a great time. And Mickey, guess what? It's going to be in our new student center, state of the art student center, like no other in Orangeburg student center. That's where it's going to be. So come on, we would love to have them.
Ladies and gentlemen, you've heard us cover and talk about that student center, and we also covered the soiree, and we'll cover this one.
Yes,
I'm telling you from experience, man, that thing is pretty special.
it's going to be special.
We
gonna
have
be a
some
great
golf
time.
friends from Florida that are trying to meet with friends of theirs from Washington and Baltimore that want to come and golf at Santee. So we have to make sure they know when that date is, because they approached me about coming to support Claflin at that golf class.
Absolutely. The save the date is actually going on the website today. So once you click on athletics.claflin.edu, you'll be able to hit the splash page and it'll take you straight to registration. If you don't want to golf, like I said, you could just buy a ticket to come to see us at the soiree. If you would like to golf, you want to have the whole total package, that's on there too. But everything will be outlined on the website, and these donations are tax deductible.
I was just getting ready to say, look into the camera and do your promo for us.
Yes, yes. Tax deductible. So we would love to have your support. We're doing great things. We're moving very quickly. Sometimes so quickly it's scary, but we have people that are getting on board. They're liking what we're having. Our teams are competing at high levels, and all of that takes the support of our community. And so we would like for you to get on board. If you have never attended, be my guest. Beat me there. Don't meet me there. Beat me there. I promise you it's a good time. We had some first timers last year. They said they would never miss it again. And so they're waiting on that information. And as soon as that drops this afternoon, I'm expecting people to start purchasing tickets.
And that, you heard it straight from the lady who coordinated and invented the soiree. Now, with all this that you're hearing that she doesn't even tell you about her job as an unofficial MC. She's the voice of the Panthers. Every time you turn around and there's an event or activity, that's Matisse Lee in the background promoting the programs and at the table with basketball and just hands-on doing everything. Share that experience, though.
Yeah, so I started to do that a little bit while I was in college. I kind of fell in love with the microphone, and it has been the most rewarding experience that I enjoy doing. I think like it relieves all pressure, all stress. I get to be myself. I get to have fun, and the kids get to see me in a different light, and they like it. And I've been afforded opportunities. I've hosted some things for our conference, some banquets. I got to host the CIAA tip-off banquet this year. I get to call some games at the CIAA tournament, which is aired on ESPN. But that's one thing that when Mr. O'Neill and I talk about like all the things that I do, I'm like, I can't give that one up. Like I just absolutely enjoy it. I get to be somebody that, just gets to relax and just have straight personality. So I absolutely love it. I got a chance to be on our institution's virtual tour. So that's my voice you hear on that virtual tour. So that's just something that I love to do. I always tell people if this didn't work out for me, I would probably try to take that up in some type of form, maybe work in radio or something like that. But that is definitely something that I just enjoy doing. That's a hobby. So I'm always willing to do some things like that.
And it comes across so naturally. When I heard it, ladies and gentlemen, I said, "Oh, that's Matisse over there." And she was getting it, and she was so relaxed and comfortable. And the crowd responded to it.
Absolutely. I work with our student leaders. We come up with chants, cheers. So I'll start them off, they'll finish them. So it's just rewarding. Like it's all fun. We have a good time with it. And then afterwards, then I can go back to being, Miss Lee, the one that's going to love on you and take care of you, but also make sure you follow the rules and regulations. But just for that 90-minute or that time, I get to just relax and just, hey, read what's in front of me and have fun with it.
And it does come across that you're having fun with it. Again, it's just one of those nuances that exists at Claflin. It doesn't exist everywhere else. And I keep trying to tell everybody that. One of the things that we do, Deanna is kind of Deanna McCullum is the contact person for us, trying to get our shows together and line up our guests. But the person that she always reaches out to try to get some additional student involvement is the queen. She reaches out and gets in touch with Matisse. And Matisse involvement, you've really had some really good students that you've had appear on the show for us.
Absolutely. I think all of our students are so remarkable and so unique. Like they all have like different stories, different experiences. They speak very well. They do very well academically. They are just performing on a higher level. So, I mean, yes, we can sit and we can talk about sports all day, but they are going pro in something other than sports. Like they can have a conversation. We have some that's on a data science team. I got to travel to Phoenix, Arizona with one of our baseball players and meet with Major League Baseball teams who, wanted to talk to him about being a part of their data team. And it was just so amazing to see them in their element to be able to go in there and look at the numbers and say, this is what it is. This is why this player isn't performing. And so it's just amazing when it all hits home. It's like they're teaching these kids this on Claflin's campus and they're getting educated. And these people are coming to ask for our athletes to come out and work for them. And so we have some remarkable students that not only work for me, they work for Miss McCullum, they work for Mr. O'Neill. They're running our social media. They're doing TikToks. They're doing data science. They're giving the coaches, live data on the sidelines or on the field. They're doing all kind of stuff. They're working operations. And so I'm a little sad because I'm going to lose one of my GAs this year, Mr. Matthew Rocks, who was on the show before, but I'm going to lose him this summer. But I'm so proud of him because he's getting ready to go to doctoral school. He's going to go get his PhD. So I'm so excited for him. He's been around. He's got his undergraduate degree. He's got his master's here with me. And now he's gonna open his wings and fly a little bit. And I'm not worried at all because I know he's ready to fly.
And where is he going to pursue his PhD? And what is he going to get it in, if you know?
He is going to Texas. I won't release where because he hasn't made that public yet. But he is going to get it in criminal justice.
Oh, congratulations. I'm sure once again that's another feather in the cap of the Claflin Panthers. The students are what sell your program.
Yes, and he's actually the university that he's going to go work at. He's actually going to work a similar position that he's worked here with me with their athletics, and which is a big time Division I institution. So I'm really excited. Once he gets all his logistics, squared away, and he's ready to announce that, I am going to be so excited.
Well, congratulations to him and to the Claflin University family at home. Tell us a little bit about how you find time to get back in softball and assist.
So we had a coaching change late summer of this past summer, and we did a search, started to look for coaches, got the opportunity to have some interviews in the fall, but it started to get a little late while we were going through our searches. And so our team needed their fall practice. And so I went and talked to Mr. O'Neill, and he was like, absolutely not. Because if I get you, you're never coming back. I need you here. And I'm like, I know, but they need somebody. They got to be getting some work done. And so he allowed me to go in the fall. So I worked with them in the fall. We had a great time all fall. Got to know each other because that team has 11 freshmen. And so it's a year of adjustment for them. They're trying to get to know each other, trying to figure out what that routine looks like. Fast forward to we come back from Christmas break in January, and we do hire a coach, but the timeline to get the coach and assistant was really, really tight. And I guess whoever he was looking at couldn't make it here and make it work fit in that time. So once again, I got tapped on the shoulder and I said, well, I'm going to talk to him and see what he says. So I go talk to T.O. and once again, he's absolutely not. I told you this is what's going to happen. You got to be here. I need you right by me. So I'm like, I know, but he got to have some help. So it took some pulling and some tugging. But once basketball was over and we made it through the conference tournament, he did allow me. So I'm kind of there to just help support the new coach, try to help him, get the girls all to buy in, working on, keeping their confidence level up, getting the freshmen adjusted, because it is an adjustment for them. And you'll see about 7 or 8 of those freshmen who play consistently. So getting them in the rhythm of what happens, playing college ball. So yeah, that's why my color, the queen, is getting a little darker because I've been out there in that sun a little bit, but it's good. It's always fun when I get to go outside and play a little bit.
How hard is it for you to walk away from softball practice?
It's hard to walk away in situations. It's hard to just be like, just be quiet. It's hard because I have not been in that position in so long, where I was the support. I was the driving force for so long, and then I had people supporting me in my vision. And so being able to flip it and have to support someone else's vision sometimes it's difficult, and it's hard because it's like, hey, I know the game, let's do it this way or that way. But I have to understand that as a younger coach, which I was once before, somebody has to let you make those decisions. And then when we make them, if they don't work, then we come back to the drawing board and maybe I can suggest this or that. So it's been exciting, and it has taught me a lot. Again, that I have not had a chance to, be in those shoes in a long time. So I'm excited, but it is hard. And these young ladies have found a way to kind of tug on my heart a little bit. So I'm loving that piece of it. But it is also taking a toll on my tolerance level, because now when I'm like, Mr. O'Neill, well, we can give him another chance. We can do this. We can do that. Now I'm like, no nonsense. Like, hey, you messed up here, no chances. Because I get to see it more often. I'm around them. I'm at practice. I see where they cut corners. They do this, they do that. So for my other athletes who I'm normally like the savior for, they're like, Miss Lee, you okay? And I'm like, yeah, but you got to be held accountable for this, or you got to be held accountable for that. So it's a twofold thing for me right now. But I'm actually loving it. I am.
And you're able to probably have your daughter at practice sometimes.
I absolutely do. But when I tell you she's probably the worst at softball,
Mm-hmm.
and the girls work with her all the time. They're like, here, put the mask on, Riley. We're going to try to play catch. But she's actually really good at volleyball. So we'll stick there. But no, but it's good to have her around another group of women who are, they're killing it in the classroom. I think the softball team ended up with the highest GPA in the fall. So we had kids with 4.0s. We had kids that were doing, exceptional things. Like I think they ended up with this 3.61 GPA for the fall semester. So wow. As long as it's positivity, I don't mind having her around at all. And so she's getting that out of them.
Wow. Well, Coach, I want you to go back a little bit and tell us about something you attended, the NCAA Division II Athletic Directors Association for Women and Minorities program. How helpful and beneficial was that for you? And I'm sure that you maintain some level of communication with them still.
Yeah.
Tell us a little bit about that experience.
So I did get the opportunity to do that year-long program. So I got to go out to the NCAA. They paired me up with a mentor. My mentor was Greg Bamberger from Kutztown. Hey, Greg, if you're watching this. But we hit it off very well. We learned a little bit about how they do things there, how we were implementing different things here, and some of the things that they were, they had just implemented, we were trying to. So he was able to give me blueprints on how to do different things. He charged me with leadership tasks. We spoke every week. We did site visits. We did different things throughout the year. And then towards the end of the program, you graduate, and then it almost makes you what they call, quote unquote, ready to be an AD. Now, the funny thing is, Mickey, I don't really have goals and aspirations to be an AD. I'm living out a dream. My dream is to be the best number 2 that I could be. If I could change and do something else, maybe in the future, working at the national office on that level, or maybe at a conference office would be great. But being a director of athletics, I'm not sure if that's something that I really have a goal or aspirations to be, but I would like to be prepared for it just in case. If I had to do it, I would. And so that program actually showed me some things that maybe I had not been exposed to, or I hadn't had a chance to look at. And it made me also go to my AD and say, hey, what are your thoughts on this? Or can you show me how we're working this? Some things that maybe, I hadn't been exposed to because that wasn't in my wheelhouse. And so we got to talk through some of those things. It exposed me to a lot. It let me learn a lot. And so it's a great program. And I was able to do it with other like-minded individuals. And we still talk. We still communicate. I was fortunate enough to do Women Leadership Program. And this summer, I will be attending the MOA Leadership Program, which is Minorities in Athletic Administration. Those that look and feel and talk and walk like me. So I'm excited to go to NACDA this summer. and be a part of that symposium as well.
And that's great to be able to experience those things that help prepare you for your current situation and future position. You know, those are outstanding.
Yeah.
You have had a lot of success with your students. As this season is winding down to an end, what is it you're going to miss about this academic year?
I think this year, as a department, I think we overcame so much. Like, we worked so hard behind the doors just to make sure that our kids were excelling academically. We hold a reputation. They love to call Claflin the smart kids. And so we saw in the fall semester some things that, may have shown us we may have, felt come short with a few things coming down the pipeline. So we had to work very hard. We worked some long hours to make sure that our students were going to excel in the way that we needed them to. And that plan that we kind of put in place academically, it took all of us. It took the coaches, it took, academic advisors, it took everybody, forcing them to go to tutoring, forcing them to do this. Some people who have been out of study hall since their freshman year, now we were like, hey, for these next 3 weeks, I need you to lock back in because these grades are not of your caliber. So you're going back to study hall. We put things in place for certain people. And Mickey, when I tell you we had a record-breaking first semester, like first semester was just amazing. We finished with an overall GPA of a 3.3. We had 16 students with a 4.0 or better. And currently we have 117 out of 144 student athletes that last semester finished with a 3.0 or higher. Like that's just unheard of, And so we're working with those other to make sure that they can get up to that level as well. But we had academic All-Americans. And so when you look at all of the success that we're having, and you think about the late hours that we were putting in and the meetings we were having, it just makes it all worth it. So I think that's what I'm going to miss the most about some of those athletes, because some of those athletes are actually getting ready to graduate. So I'm going to miss them, but I'm so proud of them because they get to go on and, like you said, spread their wings and go do other things.
Wow, that's an outstanding achievement institutionally for the athletic department to do that. There are departments on campus that don't have that type of grade point average.
Yeah, and they're doing all of that while some of them are participating in Greek organizations. Some of them are running for Miss Claflin, and there's a whole lot going on. So they're just not focusing on academics. They really have life in the balance, which is the Division II model, and we allow our students to be able to do that. And so they're excelling all across the charts. We can't be mad at that. We gotta love it.
Absolutely, you do. And congratulations. It's been an outstanding year, not just athletically, but academically.
Absolutely.
And FAMU Homecoming Queen played what sport?
Track and field.
See? We met her. She's so personable.
Yes. So we had Miss Claflin's pageant last night. And so we do have a softball student athlete who is currently running for Miss Claflin. So if you see this interview, of course, Claflin Athletic Department is endorsing Miss Brianna Collins, a softball player. So y'all go vote for Bree. She needs to be Miss Claflin.
And there it is. You had it straight from Miss Matisse Lee.
Yes.
We call her the queen. We appreciate all that you do. And what an outstanding interview that we have from you. We've had to wait to have it this year, but it was definitely worth the wait.
Thank you.
We look forward to the soiree.
Yes, be here.
Absolutely, I will. Ladies and gentlemen, if I want to be in Orangeburg, it should be special. Each year it gets better
and better
and more better.
Yes, got some things up our sleeve. It's going to be really, really nice.
You heard it from the queen. We appreciate it. Your Royal Highness, we appreciate you being on the show and doing what you do.
Thank you, Mickey.
Thank you.
its mobile apps and have your own personalized content experience with our exclusive content. We developed an interactive experience as easy and diversified as Netflix. You have exclusive features showing access premium features, behind-the-scenes content and programs only available on our mobile apps and our streaming Roku channel. INSiiGHTS apps give you our content in your hands while INSiiGHTS Roku is on your big screen. Locally owned. Globally known. INSiiGHTS.
Join us on Faith TV on INSiiGHTS Roku. Anytime you need to feel the word, that you need uplifting, go to INSiiGHTS YouTube or mobile apps and feel His Spirit lift yours up. Pray with us on Faith TV and allow His Spirit to comfort you. I have been sent to help you find your way. 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Faith TV on INSiiGHTS.
Time out. Time out. This is the coach. I'm a part of the INSiiGHTS Mick and Rick show. Now when I can get Rick out of that cup, I get good discussion from him about the hottest sports topics. But we do keep it straight, no chaser. The more he turns that cup up, them words come out faster than a chicken pecking up corn. I'm just saying, or trying to say, just join us on the Mick and Rick show.